been a tough 2 nights here in South Carolina. Full moon out, no clouds, and in the 20s. I mean, for it to be in the 2 days in a row here in South Carolina is rare. I've been here 20 some years and I don't remember that, but it is cold. The moon has been out. Me and Hunter went out last night and we sighted in another one of our rifles. I got another Thor 5 640 on a 6.5 Creedmoor, but I got the 6.5 Grindle here tonight. We went out last night, man. It was freezing. I couldn't get the coyotes to come out in the field, so tonight Hunter had plans. I went to the first spot. I'm trying to find spots that are good in the full moon. So I went to one spot and I didn't have my chair with me. I've never had a chair with me except for when I was up in PA, we hunted a little bit. So tonight, man, I had like a 37 to 40 minutes coyote stand at another property and I missed. We may put a miss up here on a hard charging coyote. But what I decided to do was, man, I'm going to start bringing my chair with me because I was going to do a longer sit in the full moon. They're not coming right out into the fields quickly. They're taking their time coming into those breeding sounds. So I stopped at this property and I park way out the top and I come back to this back field and I come up over the hill here all the time and I look down over and I generally call off the top of this hill and I was going to sit up here in my chair, but the cows are about in the area. They're over there where the round bill is dumped. They're in the area I was going to set up. So I come up to the top of this hill, man, and I'm looking at the cows. I'm more concentrated on them. And I'm looking around, and I look over to the left here, and there's about 6 hogs up on the top, flipping these cow pies over, eating up here a little bit. And this is a leftover group that's been in the area for a while. They passed my camera yesterday about 10:30. So I came up here after coyotes, but I also knew that I had a chance at some of these smaller hogs. Come up over here, man, and I'm carrying my chair and I look over. I mean, they're close. They're within, I'd say, 50 to 60 yards. I don't have any time to change my settings. I set my chair up because my tripod is actually a little bit lower because I was sitting in a chair. They let me set it up. I sat down and I had to actually take my backpack off so that I could sit in the chair. I got on there and there's a cow to my left coming up, so I had to kind of rush the shot a little bit. I don't want to shoot at other ones because when they're up on top of this hill, man, they just run all of a sudden down over there. I'm just going to take one and done tonight. Get out of here. I'll have these hogs to go back after. I'll be able to bring Hunter down. I got a couple other guys I want to try and get on some hogs. Not a big one, but this is about the time we get into February and March especially. They're going to be out in here. They're going to be in those round bill areas digging. They love to flip these cow pies now. It's frozen. I mean, everything's frozen tonight. We're 24 degrees tonight. So they're up in here flipping these cow pies. The other farmer called me who actually owns this land, but he has another piece of property. He says they've been doing the same thing, flipping those cow patties over. So I'm going to take it. I'm not even going to call for coyotes here tonight. It's so cold. This is the bad week. What I mean by the bad week, at that full moon, man, from like 3 in the afternoon until 5 in the morning, that full moon is up. No clouds. It is a tough time of the year right now to get out here and put up numbers. I want to tell you one other thing about this property that I look at when finding a good piece of property. I took a little bit of video here. When you have cow pastures or you have agricultural fields and you got big oaks that border it. So down in here, we got a little bit of oaks. Back behind me, there's some pines. But there's on the fence row, man, there's some really big oaks here. I took a video of it. That is prime area because you got the vegetation as the food. You got the round bill that they're going to dig in. You're going to get in these cow patties. They're going to get on those big old oaks at certain times. They're going to get on those muscadines. They got other fields out here to hit. So this is a really good property to catch them moving through and hitting on all of that food in the area. This will push them off here for a while. I'll wait till my camera picks them back up. Then I slide back in, and I know when to slide back in on this property. So if you ever have just a little field, I like these littler properties too when the moon is high like this, because I can get along these fencers and that. It ain't those big, long 1,000-yard fields. that we were at last night. We were in those big fields last night, and it was barren because of this moon. When the moon's out like this, I like to get in these smaller fields that I can walk the edges. I can get in shade. There's a lot of elevation changes. I can get in up and close on them whenever that moon is up, and I like these areas like this instead when that bright moon's out. Stay tuned. We got much more 2024. Thanks for liking, subscribing. I'm going to bring you a lot more.
With a piece in my hand and bloodshot eyes, I walked to the water for a last goodbye. He begged so much, it clouded my mind. One thing's clear, the man's gotta die. Might makes right, so he said, when he held all the keys over our head. I lived in that grip, but now he'll learn at the end with the tables turned. Lord, forgive me